the best comeback redemption song of all time. Um, love playing that when I get frustrated or upset because it just makes me bounce right back. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Wanted to kickstart this. We're going to talk about AI, obviously, and systems today. But before we get started, I did post in Facebook and let everybody know that my friend and coach that I brought on the call a few Fridays ago, Tony Wallace, did pass away. Right after we got off the call 2 weeks ago. He called me and said that it wasn't good and the diagnosis wasn't good. But long story short, I knew it was going to be the last time we ever spoke, and I'm just so grateful I had that time. Had it not been for him getting on that call, I'm not sure I would have been able to tell him goodbye and the impact he made on me. So, anyway, I just, if y'all could keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. I know that the kids were flying in. I knew that the kids were flying in to see him. I did know, just for everybody on the call, I did know he had cancer. He's been battling it for a while, but I never talked to him about it because he never really brought it up. And quite frankly, I wanted him to feel like he was a normal human because I know a lot of other people were bringing that up, and I just wanted him to feel normal. And so when he finally called me and brought it up, I knew that it had gotten really bad. So anyway, I appreciate everybody for the condolences. I know a lot of people have said that, and I just this is a friendly nudge to you all. Call people, make sure that that you send your gratitudes, and just understand that it's short. So, but I know he would want us not to be down. I know he would want us to keep moving forward, and that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to talk about systems. Going back to this playbook and what we talked about recently, yesterday, actually, with Value Squared, 100% ties into what we're talking about today with this playbook. So hopefully y'all can see my screen. This, I think, is really interesting. It says client journey improvements. It says the experience gap in real estate. So these are some statistics that obviously tells us how clients feel about the type of experience we're providing. And it says 70% of clients report feeling stressed or overwhelmed during their transaction. And what happens if they experience stress or they're overwhelmed? It ends up falling back on who? Us, right? So then we end up taking on that burden of their stress and their overwhelmed feeling, which then makes us not sleep well at night either. So 70%, that's quite a bit. And obviously that is not a good feeling. So then they're not getting a good feeling in terms of the experience. So 63% of sellers that interview only one agent before listing, yet only 13 to 25% of clients return to the same agent for their next transaction. So, I mean, that's kind of almost, I mean, it says 25%, it's almost in line. If they're stressed, they don't feel like it's a good experience, you better bet they're probably not going to use you. And then you're going to get mad at them and not mad at yourself because you didn't create the right experience. So there is a disconnect, and AI can help level set that for y'all, but you have to take the time to, and I'm going to go back to Value Squared to go through your systems and put those systems into chat. I'm going to give you the prompt today, and I'll also hit it in Facebook right after this. But I just thought it was really interesting because the specific one that they're asking us to do is essentially an audit. And it asks you to analyze your initial consultation, your listing presentation or your buyer consultation, your showing process or your marketing launch for your listing, what you do during the negotiation stage, due diligence stage, closing prep, closing day, post-closing follow-up. Does this sound familiar? Because I'm going to take that right on over here to what we have done with Value Squared. This is the exact same thing that they're telling us to do exactly. And just so you know, the person that created this content didn't create the prompts from for that AI presentation. So I want to say this. Y'all have got to take these stages. You've got to use chat or whatever your LLM is, and you've got to put that prompt that I just mentioned into chat to create a better system. Because based off of these stats, there's a big gap. And they're not going to use you if you do not create a high level experience. So I looked at, I was really interested in this because I went to a Memphis Chamber Chairman Circle event last week, and I heard the president of UT Health Sciences and Engineering speak. His name is something Boyd, Randy Boyd, and he said that he is encouraging anybody in business, because he's a serial entrepreneur. He said, I am encouraging people to teach their people to upskill. I'm going to say that again, to upskill with AI. This is teaching y'all to upskill with AI and not replace y'all with AI. But if you don't take what this is saying in terms of what the customers experience and do something about it, you will risk replacement. Or you could take what I'm telling you and plug it into a system and then use that system to create a heck of an experience for your clients and your customers. All of a sudden you get rave reviews and your business doubles. So I thought this was fascinating after hearing him speak. I was like, what are some, and I'm going to ask y'all, what are some great companies that are known for experience? And the experience is based off of a system, not a person, just to be clear. So business.
Chick-fil-A.
Who said that?
Chick-fil-A, Tijuana.
Chick-fil-A. Yep, that came up as number one. What else?
Chewy, the dog products.
Chewy's products. What else? Any others?
Starbucks.
Cadillac.
Starbucks was put up.
Apple.
Cadillac. So Apple was put up on the list. I'm going to show y'all what chat pulled, but I think this is what I need y'all to understand. You are going to be paid based on your value and your system. And your system does include negotiations, right? Your system does include how well you market something. Your system does include how well you present and how well you set the foundation of expectations for your clients. Because if you're a part of that 70%, you might as well kiss that client goodbye for the next round. And that is not the goal. The goal is to keep a relationship with that person, create such a high level of experience that they're saying your organization's name on calls like this, right? So I wanted to pull this because I thought this was fascinating. I'm going to come over here. I pulled it. Chick-fil-A was number one. I asked what businesses created systems that allowed the business to continue to scale, right? And I asked why they scaled well. And it says for Chick-fil-A, they have obsessive operational playbooks. Their strengths, they have standardized hiring and training. Their result, they generate higher revenue per store than McDonald's. And then it says Amazon, somebody named that one, why they scaled well. They extreme process documentation, system strengths, one-click ordering. I liked that. Customer feedback loops, also a system. Result, massive scale with speed and reliability as brand pillars. Ritz-Carlton, why they scaled well. Legendary service framework, which is a system. System strengths. Daily lineup meeting, 20 service principles, employees empowered to spend up to $2,000 to solve a great issue, and result, a luxury experience. Number 4, somebody named this one Starbucks, standardized store operations, system strengths, barista training programs, SOPs. Y'all get the hint. So here's the deal. We have everything in Value Squared for y'all to create just a one-step system. Put that one-step system into chat and use the prompt that I'm going to put on Facebook today, and then look at the gaps. And then when you have the gaps, then you need to create a solution for those gaps, and all of those documentation for your standard operating procedures need to live where, Linda? What am I telling y'all for the office?
In one place, in a drive or
In a
somewhere.
Google Drive. Why a Google Drive?
You can share it with everyone at scale.
It's free within Keller Williams. We have unlimited cloud storage. So all that to say is y'all, you have to create the system. Everybody's, yes, the people are going to want to do business with us because they know, like, and trust us. But if you want to get out of doing 5 transactions and you want to go to 40 to 50 transactions, which I think everybody on this call wants, you have to have a system. And you have to have an operating system to scale. So all that to say is I thought it was fascinating that it tied into 100% into value squared, because that is going to dictate your value. And then you also had the AI that then tells us where our gaps are. But you actually have to take the time to take your system and document it and then dump it into chat as well. So all that to say is we are not mediocre players on this call. Our goal is not 5 units. Our goal is well above that. I would love for all of y'all's goals to be a minimum 24. And in order to scale, you got to have the system. But I will say this, you got to start small to then go big. So if you haven't taken the time to even write down a system, my encouragement for you today is, number 1, to make your calls. You got to make 2 hours of calls. And then after that, go create a system and just do one at a time. I'll send it. We'll make sure we send out that value squared, all of those sheets. And then we'll also make sure that we put it on Facebook so you have that as well. What are you hearing me say?
Exactly what Tony said, right? Chunk it down into something small.
Chunk it down and something small. I love that. Yes, I want to see Keller Williams on the list next time. Love that. But y'all, I just need to make sure y'all hear me say this. Systems are important. Learning is important, but lead generation is more important. So if you haven't signed up for the first free step Bold, you should go. They're already, Linda, we're already committed to doing it regardless, right? Like, it's already set. Like, we're good to go. We've got the numbers. Okay. I don't know if she can hear me. Anyways, long story short, y'all should come on Wednesday. It starts at 9:00. And obviously, if you want to come early, I know Scott will be there, and he has a wealth of knowledge in the space. He's also an operating principal, was a mega agent as well. So we'll see you on Wednesday. Today, we have team meeting. We have a powerhouse team meeting with people that were new agents that are now mega agents. Most of them in the top 200. So all that to say is come learn with us today, and then we're going to go to a broker open after that. Y'all let me know if I can do anything for you. Make it a good one. Make it count. Bye, everybody.